It's your boy, Jeff Jones.
You know it's the one and only upset specialist in the house, Thomas Boykin.
And our boy Mike Jones is not with us tonight. This is 234 Sports Talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Let's
about it.
get at it. Let's get at it.
Well, the second half of the NBA season has begun. All-Star break has ended. Now, as we look at these teams, the standings, the Celtics right now looking real good out east. And then you look at the Timberwolves looking real good out west. As we look at the NBA, East and West, what are the teams that, well, first of all, we want you to pick the team you think is favored to come out of the East and the team that you feel is favored to come out of the West, Mr. Boykin. But as you look at these teams, what teams do you think will be a problem come playoff time?
Yeah, well, right now, if you have to lean on the favorites in the Eastern Conference, you have to ride with the Celtics right now because they're very hot. The record speaks for itself. They're beating people on a regular pretty much every night. So you got to tip your hat to the Celtics. You got to give them the edge. Uh, the problem children in the East is not many, but there are a couple that's out there. Uh, I think Indiana poses a big threat. Uh, Milwaukee definitely poses a big threat. And you still can't count out the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are very well coached. They are definitely playoff savvy. So I look for them to make a late push. And the sleeper of the Eastern Conference, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but the sleeper in the Eastern Conference is the New York Knicks. The Knicks are playing great basketball right now. And if you're not careful, they'll catch you slipping. So watch out for the Knicks.
I'd have to agree with you on that. The Knicks are definitely a team that you want to bring your A game, every night when you play against them. But
Uh,
Mr. Boykin, when you talk about the Celtics, uh, you talked about the Bucks. Who do you like as far as the Eastern Conference? Who do you think will represent the Eastern Conference?
right now, I would say the Boston Celtics, I think. The only knock that I see that could really pose a big threat, and I forgot to mention them, the only team that could really pose them a threat if they're healthy is the Philadelphia 76ers. I believe the youth and Embiid in the middle will cause them a big problem. But right now, I have to lean with the Celtics. They're playing absolute great basketball. They're playing like you want your team to play on a playoff push. So yeah, I would go Boston.
Well, I'd have to second what you just said. Right now, when you look at the East, I'm liking the Boston Celtics. I'm liking the Bucks. The 76ers, I don't really know with Embiid being out, with his
Right,
injury.
right.
But as far as and one thing you always have to be aware of is those Miami Heat. And you're
Absolutely.
right. They always tend to hang out around that seventh, eighth seed somewhere up in there. And then when come playoff time, man, they start making noise. And the Pacers definitely, I agree with you on that. That's a team that you have to watch out for too. Um,
Absolutely.
Especially with the addition of Siakam.
Absolutely.
Man, definitely, man, that team is a team. But overall, I think that it's gonna come down to either Milwaukee or Boston. And if I had to pick one of those teams, I'm favoring the Boston Celtics. And I wasn't when all the trades were made, when Drew Holiday went there and
Right.
when Dame Lillard came to Milwaukee. I wasn't really favoring the Boston Celtics. I thought that Milwaukee would be a better team. But Milwaukee right now is too inconsistent defensively. The last few games they showed up, but overall, I think that the Boston Celtics are a better team than the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think that if those two had to play each other, I would favor the Boston Celtics. So I got them coming out of the East.
I think if Dame Time took a little more pride on the defensive side of the ball, it would make things a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that with the trade, getting rid of Drew Holiday, that really hurt Milwaukee because Drew Holiday is defensive specialist. And then when you look at Dame Lillard, he's offensive. He's an offensive player. He's a great offensive player, but defensively, he's not your Holiday, not even close.
No. And they got to figure out a way to use their size in the post. Because I don't think Boston matches up well with Milwaukee in the post. If you go mano-a-mano with post players, I think Milwaukee outsizes them. And I think they're more skilled in the post than what Boston is. But when you got Tatum and Brown, it makes for the great equalizer. So, I mean, there's some things defensively that Milwaukee's just got to tighten up on that they could possibly knock off Boston because they have enough offensive firepower to knock Boston off. It's just defensively, can they get stops?
And that's what worries me about them. I mean, if they can revert back to the championship team, that season where they were, defensive minded, I think they stand a chance. But man, I think Boston, man, is just right now just too much. Yeah, and I like those guys.
Absolutely.
So as we look at the West, Mr. Boykin, what teams are appearing on your radar out West, and which team do you feel will come out of the West to represent?
Well, right now we rolling like we rolled last year. You gotta all roads go through Denver. Everything runs through Denver right now. It's just the way it is. Denver is poised to make a run at repeating. And I wouldn't be shocked if they did. But there are some teams that are going to pose large threats on the way there. You got your Oklahoma City has emerged on the radar as a very strong, competent team. The Dallas Mavericks are coming around real strong with Kyrie and Luka. The Phoenix Suns are still quite capable. I still think they still have a couple kinks to work out defensively. The Clippers are just all based on if they can stay healthy. If they stay healthy, they're a big threat. A big one, because they are loaded top to bottom with firepower. Their problem is defensive stops. Can they get stops? And that's, you got to have stops to beat Denver. Have to. It's a must. My team, my Los Angeles Lakers, got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. As it stands right now, them and Golden State make the play-in, but I wouldn't expect them to make any playoff noise. Not at all. I think the time in LA is about to run out. I think they may go and start looking at rebuilding, going younger, replacing the LeBron James, and maybe possibly replacing Anthony Davis so they can get consistency. And another team that you can look at I think if they're starting to get their act together, make a noise, is the Pelicans. I think Zion's starting to understand that he's in a position where he can make a move and make a playoff push for the Pelicans. But it's a matter of 1, 2, and staying healthy. But ultimately, like I said, the Denver Nuggets are in prime position to win this.
I had to agree with what you said pretty much. Um, when you look at it, the Timberwolves up top, uh, 40-17. The Thunder right behind them, OKC, the young guns, I call them. And these guys, then of course you got your Nuggets right there. And well, actually they're tied 1-2, 1-2, they're tied. The Timberwolves and the Thunder, same record, 40-17. And then you got the Nuggets right there behind them, a game and a half behind. When I look out west, man, there's some surprises. I mean,
Oh,
with
absolutely.
OKC playing as well as they're playing, and even the Clippers, I was kind of, wondering what was going to go, what was going to happen when they picked up Harden. And but those guys, they're a dangerous team too if they play, up to their potential. And then Sacramento, it's
Yeah,
another
the Kings
team.
are. Yeah, I left out the Kings. The Kings are definitely a threat.
It's another dangerous team out there. You know what they can do too. So when you look out in the West, man, there's a lot of firepower. The Suns, man, but the Suns, I'm not sold on. I'm just naming off some teams, and then I'm just kind of tell you what I think about a few of them. The Pelicans, I I just don't think that. When I look at youth, man, I think that when it comes to playoff experience, man, I don't think them guys they don't have it. So I don't see them being a big threat. The Suns, I'm not completely sold on. I just don't see them beating a Denver. When you look at the Thunder, I think once again the youth. I think that when come playoff time, that inexperience is going to hurt them. And then the Timberwolves, I don't know. I know Rudy Gobert went down with an ankle injury, and I'm not sure as far as how bad and severe that injury was. But the Nuggets, man, in my eyes, are the team to beat out
Yeah,
west.
without
I
question.
just don't. When you look at those guys, I'm telling you, I was watching those guys play. I forgot who they was playing. They were down, and it didn't look good. I mean, they weren't even really playing that good. But the second half, man, they came back and won the game. So those guys are.
Mhm.
I mean, when you look at the way that they move the ball, when you look at Jokic and you just look at Murray and the things that they're able to do, great coaching. I just think that the Thunder is the team to beat, and I think that's when it's all said and done. The Thunder will represent the West, and then the Celtics will represent the East.
I'm gonna say this.
I
Um,
say the Thunder. I meant the Thunder, but the Nuggets. I'm sorry, the Nuggets. Let me correct myself. I said, wait, did I just say the Thunder?
the Thunder might be. The Thunder fans will thank you. Well, thank you for that one.
Yeah, they'd probably say, yeah, thank you. You're right. I
But
stand corrected.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm absolutely thrilled to death about how hard and how well Carl Anthony Towns is playing this year.
Definitely. He
Hey,
he he
Towns
he
is
balling
making
out, man.
hey, Towns is making big noise this year, and I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, but I think they're a better team though. With the two
Big Rudy
bigs, man,
with Big
with
Rudy.
Rudy and with Cat, I think they're a better team because I watched them play in Milwaukee, and they just pretty much had their way with Milwaukee. But then when Milwaukee played them and Rudy went down, Milwaukee was able to win the game.
Now, did you
So I think that they need everybody, healthy in order to really make some noise. But still, I just can't see anybody beating them Nuggets, man. Yeah, prove me
no?
wrong.
Uh, uh,
Prove
uh,
me wrong.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough animal to get out of there. Did you pay attention to the Clippers rebranding?
No, sir.
Oh yeah, they changed up their logo.
Didn't even catch it. Didn't
Yeah,
even
they
catch
changed
it.
up their logo. I just ran across that article across. I'm like, wait, what? They changed the logo? Yeah, they changed the logo to like they got a circle with a picture of a ship running forward, a clipper. It's
Oh
pretty cool.
wow.
It's pretty cool. And they changed up the color schemes just a little bit.
Well, that's good. I think change is good. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's good. Well, Mr. Boykin, we talked last episode. We talked about NBA's top all-time 5 dunkers,
Mm-hmm.
best dunkers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna revisit the NBA's best all-time top 5, but we talking tonight, Mr. Boykin. Top 5 power dunkers, the best
Mm.
all-time NBA top 5 power dunkers.
Yeah, there's a plethora of people to choose from. That's for sure.
Definitely.
It's a
And
whole.
I'm interested to see what you got to say there, Mr. Boykin. You
Uh,
want me to start this party off, or you want to start it off at
it,
number 5?
you go ahead. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna let you run it this time.
All right, Mr. Boykin. At number 5, I have Shawn Kemp, the Rain Man.
Okay. Great pick. Rain Man had a really good run in Seattle. Threw down a whole lot of power dunks on top of people. The finger point one was the best one. So
Definitely.
the, you know, I was like, okay, Sean, that's cool. I like it. I like it. I like that number 1 pick.
Yes, sir.
Number 5 pick. My number 5 pick is the originator. I'm gonna go back old school, old school.
Uh-oh.
The guy that started it all, Mr. Connie Hawkins.
I knew it. I knew it. Connie Hawkins. I knew it. I said, why'd you say Connie Hawkins? And you can't deny it.
Nah,
Can't deny it.
that's the
Can't deny
originator.
it. The originator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Boykin. Let me give you my number 4.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4, Dominique Wilkins.
I can work that. I can work that.
Dominique Wilkins.
I can work that.
Human highlight reel.
I can work that. I'm gonna shock you with my number 4. I'm gonna go a little more modern with my number 4. Go a little more, just a little more modern. My number 4 pick comes out of the University of Duke.
Uh-oh.
We talking about one Carlos Boozer.
Oh, man. Nice. Nice. Carlos Boozer was a bad boy.
Yes,
Carlos
sir.
was a bad boy.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I was not expecting that though, but but he was a bad boy. You come
Yes,
in with
sir.
some you come in with some left hooks tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Boykin. Let me go on up to number 3. Number 3 on my list is Mr. Vince Carter.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, oh man.
Absolutely.
You talk about power, Vince
Mm-hmm.
Carter. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3.
My number 3, I moved him up for a little bit off the bottom for number 3. I'm still at number 3, still going with Chocolate Thunder. Daryl Dawkins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. You can't deny it. You can't deny it.
Yes, sir.
That man definitely belongs on this list.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm finna shock you at number 2 there.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is Daryl Dawkins.
Okay.
Chocolate Thunder.
Okay.
Glass shattering. Rim rattling.
Okay. 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 2. 2 was a kind of a quandary. 2 was kind of a quandary. I had to do some thinking. I had to do some deep thinking. And I'm gonna throw one at you that's gonna rock your world that people don't think about. And he was nasty from the Phoenix Suns.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna change up the game
I
on
know
you.
who you're talking about.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
change up the game on you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna change it up.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna bring in Mr. Tom Chambers.
Oh man, oh man. Man, oh yeah. Oh man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I forgot about, man, how nasty Tom Chambers was, man. Woo, boy. He could beat you inside and outside, man.
Yes,
Tom
sir.
Chambers was nasty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Can't even deny it, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, fella, we at number one.
Yes, sir.
And I kind of got the feeling.
You already know what
We
now.
got
You
the
already know where
same.
number one is with me. There is no answer for number one for me.
Well, started in Orlando.
Yes, sir.
Came to Laker great.
Yes, sir.
My number one is Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, sir.
One man, I'm breaking them down.
Yes, sir.
Dismantling hoops.
Yes, sir.
Shaquille O'Neal is my number one.
Yeah, that's my number one as well. Cause it's like, dude, there's no answer for that.
If somebody can come up with, anybody out there, if you can come up with somebody that can top our number one, I want to hear it.
Right, because as far as power dunkers go, ooh, I
want to hear it.
I don't think you can get more powerful than Shaq.
No, sir. Matter of fact, our top two, Daryl Dawkins. Well, my top, you had Daryl Dawkins. No, you didn't have Daryl Dawkins there. You had who? You had Tom Chambers.
Yeah.
At number two. If anybody can top our top three, put it that way. If anybody can top our top three, I want to hear about it. Write it in the comments.
Honorable mention, I can't think of his guy's name, but he played for the New Jersey Nets from the University of Cincinnati. I can't think of his name. Doggone it. It'll come to me the next show, I guarantee you.
Of course. That's the way it works.
It'll come to me the next show. But he threw down some hard, treacherous dunks, especially with Jason Kidd throwing in the loop.
I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, definitely, man. And I mean, everybody's got their flavor, because I'm quite sure there's some people say, oh, man, y'all list is whack, man. Well, we want to hear your list.
Exactly.
Write in the comments. Give us your top five. Give us your top five. And let's see if it adds up to our top five, or can they, with a whole weight against our top five.
That's when you talk.
All right, it's been a real one, Mr. Boykin.
Yes, sir.
Till the next time, it's been 234 Sports Talk. Want you to like, want you to subscribe, want you to comment. You can catch us right here on YouTube. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us on Instagram. You can catch us on. I want you to, once again, comment, talk to us. You have a show idea, talk to us, and we'll consider it.
My wife just reminded me of who it was. I'm good. One Mr. Kenyon Martin.
I was gonna say, but I wasn't sure which college he went to. I'm saying
he went to Cincinnati.
He was somebody I considered, man, because when he was in Denver,
oh yeah,
man, he was throwing them down. Even when he was with New Jersey.
Yeah, with J. Kidd throwing in the loops, he was throwing them down.
Yes, sir. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, it's been 234 Sports Talk. We are out of here. Peace.